Hello IG Garage family. Is your check engine light on and your scanner showing P0146? This means your car's oxygen sensor isn't sending any signals, which can mess up your fuel efficiency and even cause your engine to run rough. In this video, we'll explain what P0146 means, where the sensor is located, and how to fix it easily. Stay tuned to avoid costly repairs. The P0146 trouble code stands for Oxygen Sensor Circuit No Activity Detected, Bank 1 Sensor 3. Your car's oxygen sensors constantly send signals to the Engine Control Module, or ECM, to adjust the fuel and air mixture. If the downstream O2 sensor stops responding, your engine may not adjust fuel properly, leading to higher emissions and poor performance. Check engine light on, poor fuel economy. Higher emissions like black smoke from the exhaust. Slightly rough idle in some cases. No major performance loss, but emissions test failure. Alright, let's dive into some common causes of the P0146 trouble code. First up, we have a faulty oxygen sensor, specifically Bank 1, Sensor 3. This sensor might be dead or unresponsive. Next, we could be looking at a blown fuse or an open circuit. A break in the circuit stops power from reaching the sensor. Damaged or corroded wiring is another possibility. Broken wires can prevent signals from reaching the ECM. Then, there are exhaust system issues. A clogged catalytic converter or leaks in the exhaust can interfere with sensor readings. And finally, although rare, ECM or software issues can also cause this trouble code. Outdated software might misinterpret sensor data. Now let's talk about the location of Bank 1, Sensor 3. Bank 1 is the side of the engine that contains Cylinder 1. Sensor 3 is the downstream oxygen sensor. It's located after the catalytic converter near the muffler. This sensor ensures that the catalytic converter is working properly by monitoring the exhaust gases. Moving on to the wiring harness location. The sensor has a 4-wire connector that runs to the ECM. The fuse for the heater circuit is typically found in the engine bay fuse box, and make sure to check under the car near the exhaust for any damaged or disconnected wires. First, check the oxygen sensor wiring and connections. Look for loose, melted, or corroded wires near the exhaust system. Then, use a multimeter to check for power at the sensor connector. Again, it's important to check the oxygen sensor wiring and connections. Look for any loose, melted, or corroded wires near the exhaust system, and don't forget to use a multimeter to check for power at the sensor connector. Next, inspect the fuse and circuit. Locate the oxygen sensor fuse in the fuse box and replace it if it's blown. Also, check for continuity in the wiring harness to detect any breaks. Test or replace the oxygen sensor. Remove the sensor and inspect for soot, carbon buildup, or damage. If cleaning doesn't work, replace it with an OEM or high-quality aftermarket sensor. Check the exhaust system. A clogged catalytic converter or exhaust leaks can disrupt sensor signals. Listen for hissing sounds near the catalytic converter while the engine is running. Alright, now let's reset the code and take it for a test drive. Use an OBD-II scanner to clear the P0146 code. Then drive for a few miles and see if the check engine light stays off. And that's how you fix P014602 sensor circuit no activity detected, Bank 1 Sensor 3. If your car is wasting fuel or failing emissions tests, make sure to check your oxygen sensor and wiring. For more car fixes, watch these next P0045 Turbo Supercharger Boost Control Circuit Open and P0046 Turbo Supercharger Boost Control Circuit Range Performance. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more expert car repair tips from IG Garage. See you in the next one.